Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. In whatever unique area of this planet you tend to be in. You know, I've been hashing over some things about life, liberty, and the pursuit of our mental health. And one of my daughters, posted something with respect to all Black Lives Matter. Okay, that's fine, and Jim Dandy. I replied like Daddy's gonna reply. Every life matters. It's not just black lives, white lives, Puerto Rican lives, Muslim lives. We all bleed the same color. And I always say that all lives matter. Being a Muslim, Alhamdulillah, I have found out that all life is sacred. I say that with a lot of remorse in my heart. It's not easy having to pull the trigger and take a life. I have done it. For God, core, and country. Then when you find out that it's all been a very sad joke, and for what? It leaves you more with a lot more regret. Regret, sorrow, a little bit of sadness. Because each and every human life on this planet, not just human life. Give you an example. I got two cats, Beavis and Butthead. Now Beavis is sleeping in the shopping bag. That's her niche. And Butthead, he's laying between the two bedrooms and the bathroom. That's her niche. Earlier today, I had the door halfway open so, Butthead and Beavis can go out. And all of a sudden I see a bird come flying, bam, hits the window, knocks himself out. And I see Beavis trying to get to the bird. Now, as I said, every life is sacred. I had something, got the bird out. I shushed Beavis away from the bird because Beavis was looking at the bird like it was a Thanksgiving turkey. And I said, not on my shift. Anyway, I opened the front door. The bird was bleeding, I guess, from the beak when he crashed into the into the window. I blew on it, put it on the ground, looked at it, tried to walk, fell on his ass, got back up, shook it off, and the bird flew. Whole ass. In that little, 6 minutes of drama, I guess, or less, I found a lot of joy in seeing that bird fly. I saved a life. Even though it's just a little bird, but it's still a life. Now, could have let, Beavis chomp on a sucker, but I didn't have the heart. Because every life matters, even that of a little bird. And it was funny. It flew towards the tree that we got over here, and it flew back around me. And I don't know whether it was the bird's idea of saying thanks. Thank you. Now, Beavis wasn't too happy about that. She looked at me like... Then she wandered off into the sunset to see if she can catch another dinner. For a person like myself that has gone through the humps, I've seen a lot of dead bodies in my time. More than what I want to remember. You learn to appreciate that all life is sacred, even that of a little bird. Now, I'm not taking away from what my daughter had put on her page, all Black Lives Matter, Black Businesses Matter, and all this other good stuff, which is all fine and Jim Dandy. But that's the whole point. If we, as minorities, Black, Haitian, Puerto Rican, Mexican, went to stores of our own kind, our own peoples, it'd be all right. Now, back in the day when I grew up in New York, you had Spanish Harlem. That was all Puerto Rican. A couple of Dominicans here and there. But you went to the neighborhood bodega and you shopped. You wanted to play the numbers, you went to the local candy store at Bolitero. And you paid and you played your numbers for a dime or whatever. Now, it was funny because in New York City, like Chicago, Philadelphia, you had the Puerto Rican section, Black section, Italian section, Jewish section, Polish section. Everybody had their little niche, and they stayed in their hoods. But the point was, in Harlem, you had Black-owned businesses. The only thing that wasn't Black-owned were the furniture stores and the pawn shops. Oh, man. They were good memories back then. You always got to square the deal. But unfortunately, in today's society, what do we got? Walmart, Amazon. They're screwing up the neighborhood feel of the hoods. But then again, no one wants to go take the subway to Harlem, take a bus, whatever, drive your car, look for a parking spot. Too much of a hassle. It's easy to get on the phone, internet, tablet, Amazon. But in essence, I'm going to say something. I'm going to make a comment on that Black Lives Matter deal. Every sucker that I've known, had acquaintances with the exception of Martin Luther King, may he rest in peace, always had a little side hustle. Now you look at that clown Al Sharpton. I'm going to say this once. He was always preaching, but look who was backing his ass up. White boys. Black community wasn't back. Well, they backed him up to a certain extent. But we really don't have any black leaders per se. Now, let's go to Baltimore. That's one city that can't keep a mayor out of the drug raids and front pages. Another one bit the dust. But it goes to show you that when you're in a position to help your own people, I say this as a fact. Puerto Ricans ain't no better. I grew up in Patterson, New Jersey. We had a Puerto Rican mayor, Joey Torres. Now, I knew that clown because I went to high school with that bird. I knew his sister very well. Boy, did I know her. But anyway, he didn't do jack diddly squat, but he did for himself. He did some time too. Why? Let's see. I think it was fraud, corruption, and some other federal charges. Pulled his ass out. The only Puerto Rican that I've known that's been in politics back in the day was Herman Badillo in the Bronx. We got to help each other out. You have to, if there are black businesses that are being owned by black community members within your community, patronize them. Whether it's a bakery, laundromat, car wash, car dealership, patronize your community. Make the community strong. Malcolm X said it best. And I'm going to say this. And I know a lot of people ain't going to like it, but I want to say it because I'm an upfront dude. To quote Malcolm X, the worst thing that happens to black people are black people. Look at it this way. Who's selling dope in the ghettos? Ain't no Italian Goomba with a pinky ring. No. It's Leroy. Or whomever. Same in the Puerto Rican, Dominican areas. Ain't got no Goomba driving in the hood. No. We are our own worst enemies in this country. And yet we have the audacity to say all black lives matter. Every life matters. But on the other side of the coin, boys and girls, there's a lot of mofos that are getting killed for no apparent reason, other than the fact they black. But as a community, if you unite, I don't mean start a damn riot and breaking stores and windows and all that other dumb shit, but to use your voice as voters and as citizens. Remember, police, the mayor, city councilman, your governor, your state senator, state representative are public servants. Your taxes pay their salaries. Teach your kids. Put them pants up. Why would you want to be walking around showing your BVDs? That's a jailhouse motif. When some flaming flame wanted to have was in the mood for some action, he just walked around like that, gave the signal. Hey, I'm ready, boys. Come to cell block 6. Come on, give me a break, man. Now, granted that there are black entrepreneurs. I mean, this Kanye West character, remember, first time I saw the name, I said Kane. My granddad was very quick to correct me. It's Kanye. Kanye, my left. But anyway, all right. These guys, they donate, help, all this. Michael Jordan, the same thing. Shaquille O'Neal, all this other good stuff. Yeah, they do help. But a lot of times it makes you wonder whether they're doing it out of the heart, and I'm quite sure a few of them do, or for publicity's sake. Let's go to Oprah Winfrey. She's got money up the yin-yang. Now, I was reading, she set up a community fund, a community center to help orphan girls in Africa. I forgot whether it was Nigeria or South Africa. I think it was in South Africa. She participated, did her thing, the photo sessions and all that garbage. Yet she ain't done jack diddly squat for the last year. They had to close the center down. So it makes you wonder. Don't be so quick to jump on the racist ballot problems. Oh! Look at how our society is. Young girls, how many times on Facebook I see a missing girl, Kansas City, a missing girl, Topeka, Kansas, missing Newark, New Jersey, Linden, New Jersey, missing Pomona, California, Tucumcari, New Mexico, Ocala, Florida. Think. there's a very huge black market for body parts, organs, and not necessarily a Wurlitzer organ. No one's going to protect your children unless you protect your kids. As a community, set up community watches. I remember back in the day, I used to live, well, my father, when we first moved to Patterson, we lived in the Alabama Avenue projects before it was a ghetto. Now, okay, there were some thugs there that were selling weed and some other crap, but I remember in this particular section, building number 9, I know a couple of guys, they got together from what I heard, and they beat the crap out of a dude that was selling dope, heroin. They weren't having that crack. They beat the hell out of his ass. Sometimes you got to take control of your own hoods. Because if you don't do it, don't expect the man to do it. Because he don't really give a rat's ass whether your kid gets popped or not. His main concern is to go back home the same way he left. Well, my point is, as minorities, as citizens of the United States, we have an unalienable right to protect our neighborhoods. And we're not doing it. We're leaving it to the system. And honestly, the system don't give a rat's ass. So the quicker you open your eyeballs and start uniting your community through Community Night Watch, 3-4 parents, walk in a group, 3 or 4. You ain't doing jack diddly squat, but you're complaining. Well, guess what? Go out in the community. Very simple. The tools are there. And the system will help your ass. But if we don't protect our own, no one is going to do it for us. And you can't rely on the system, because the system really doesn't care. I'm not saying for all police officers. All police officers are all good. If you got a lot of percentage, they're just rotten apples. It's like that with any isolated group. And I say isolated because it's that mentality. It's us against them. Same as the military. Us against Charlie. And Charlie wasn't all that bad. But you realize that after the fact. Well, I guess I said my piece, but think about it. Think about it. If we don't help our community and help our children, they steer them on the right track, no one else is going to do it for you. And when your 16 or 17-year-old gets locked up for doing some stupid crap, you got nobody to blame but yourself. Because if you didn't bounce them off the wall, or take that belt off, and yes, I did say give him that corporal punishment. Because you whoop his ass today, you won't be going crazy trying to make bail money 20 years from now. Real simple. Anyway, this week we got the turkey. Not big on turkey. I'll probably eat something here and chill out. All have a nice Thanksgiving with your family, friends, co-partners, co-workers. Life is good. We all have the tools to make our lives better. It's all in our hands. We just have to do it. God bless the Marine Corps, Chesty Puller, wherever you are. Let's see what happens on another soap opera of the news. What they'll do with Trump. Oh, I forgot. Another aspect of life that got me a little pissed off. Secretary of the Navy resigned, see, because he was getting pressure from the top. Now, you had these Navy SEALs. They were torturing, mistreating Iraqis or Afghanistan prisoners. They should have court-martialed his dumb, nasty ass. Broke him down to E1. Gave him a 5-year, 10-year bid in Fort Leavenworth, military prison, or in his case, the naval prison in Portsmouth. We got something that's in the military called the Uniform Code of Military Justice. It's an outline of how you're supposed to treat prisoners, captives, or just those you're holding for questioning. And you don't take pictures with dead bodies. You don't do it. Trust me on that one. Trust me. And they wanted to court-martial his ass. But old Trumpy's got to put his 2.5 cents in. For a guy that never was in the military, a guy that got, I don't know how many was, draft deferments, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and still played cricket. Come on, give me a break. If you never walked the line, you never wore those boots, you don't know what it's like to get shot at, or have to pull the trigger and shoot somebody, shut the hell up. That's why you got a Secretary of Navy. They should have court-martialed his ass. Now, I'm very strong in that. Because I don't believe in the mistreatment of prisoners. I've seen it, and I cracked a sergeant upside the jaw with an M14 for doing just that. Almost got court-martial, but they threw it out. They liked me. But then they sent my ass to a combat zone for 4 months, hoping I would get killed. But anyway, that was neither here nor there. We are living in interesting times. God only knows. Anyway, have a good day. Enjoy your Thanksgiving to my friends, family, and to all my brothers from another mother. Big Craig, Big T, that's Tony Baxter, Big Al. Big Al, if you're out there and you listen to this, brother, get a hold of your family, bro. Your sisters are worried about you. And, of course, Big Larry, Big Mike, some big boys. Anyway, to all my brothers, my family, my children, I love you all. God bless. Alhamdulillah.